Hi, my name is Mack Krav Maga Nation, based out of Philadelphia. We're going to work a really quick technique based on a knife defense down on the ground. Now, part of my personal belief and the way we work here at Krav Maga Nation is that I don't really think Krav Maga is broken. I don't think it really needs a lot of changes on my part. I don't improvise a lot. Our curriculum is based on the curriculum that my instructor taught to us that he was given by EME back in the early 80s. And of course there's developments. He's learned a lot from his instructor, A.I. Yanilov, and his friend Darren Levine. So we've updated a lot of things, and we have a lot of the modern Krav Maga. And we feel that's pretty sufficient. So I don't start changing techniques. Of course, every instructor has their own little personality, their own backgrounds, and little tweaks and pressures for techniques. But our gun defense, I don't feel like I have to bring a new gun defense into the system. As I said, Krav Maga is not broken. That's why I teach it. But there are a couple of things that exist in the system that things change in the world. There are different types of threats now. And every different organization has some of their own solutions to some of these new problems. And of course, every instructor's had students or somebody, an audience member, that has said, what would you do if this happens? What would you do if that happens? And they come up with solutions. Some come up with good solutions based on what they know in Krav Maga. Some come up with solutions that I personally don't find to be that very Krav Maga oriented. They tend to be, maybe just be a jiu-jitsu technique. So the way I approach it when we have those situations, I use what I know in Krav Maga, what I've learned, and I come up with a solution for that. Sometimes, it's something that I'll continue to do. Sometimes it just didn't work out. So when you come and you train with us, you'll maybe come across maybe 1, 2 things that I've developed here. Now this technique that we're doing is one of those things. And it's dealing with a specific threat, which is a person down on the ground holding a knife to your throat. Now your school, your organization may have a different solution for this problem. I'm not saying my solution is the best. It's just something I've worked on, and if it works for you, great. And it's something we're still developing and still kind of working out the little finer details. And it's something that I came up with based on, as I said, it's nothing new. It's actually 3 different Krav Maga techniques kind of working together in one. And it's based off the initial threat. If somebody's holding a knife, and that knife is being held cross-body to your throat, all right? It's not on this side, it is on this side, which is a common positioning for the knife threat. And in Krav Maga, most of you guys have learned this defense. The hand parry, you come in, you attack, and then you disarm. It's a hand defense, body defense. My hand is pushing the knife offline, and my head is moving at the same time. So I am not pushing the knife across my throat. And as soon as I do that, I burst in and I punch. But now we're on the ground, and I can't have that movement. So, right now, he's in my guard, my open guard, positioning. Basically, he's not mounted, he's not on the side, he's between my legs. Maybe I've been knocked down, I don't know how I got here, but right now the threat is the knife is being held to my throat, and I am on the ground. Okay, we'll go through it once fast, and then we'll break it down, okay? Now we'll break it down a little bit. It looks like there's a lot going on here, but there really isn't. My initial fear here and why I worked on this is survival. Now, as soon as you start to go through to grab this hand and you see where he is, the initial risk is as you go for that defense, he pulls it away, and now you have nothing. So this is when we use closed guard. My legs are open, and as soon as I close guard, I'm pulling them in like an octopus. But that's the body defense. The body defense always follows the hand defense. So the hand defense is this. My hand is coming up, it is pushing the knife offline to the ground, and as soon as it does that, my hand catches. All right? This is knife from the front, standing up. This is similar to control. Some people like Nirberman uses this type of control. But I need to break his posture as well. I can't just control the weapon hand, which is my initial movement, but I have to control his whole body and break his pressure. So that, his posture, sorry. That's why we just suck him in with closed guard. And as soon as I do that, I pull him in, it breaks his posture, I grab him. Just like bear hug with arms free, standing. And now here, if he needs to pull away, he has to pull my entire body. Here I'm safe. Okay, I just hold on to him. If I want to stick my fingers in his eyes, I can. But here I feel like I'm safe. This has caught me a few seconds. I've broken his posture. He can't pull the knife out. He's no risk. But I don't hang out here. Now, the next movement is I'm going to open up my guard. And as soon as I open my guard, put my feet down, I'm bridging up and over. But I'm not giving up this pressure here. I'm keeping this all tight. So as legs come down, I push off, and I come over. I'm keeping this pressure here on his face. My feet, my toes are up, my toes are active. This is 3-point pressure here. And I drive forward. I bring my knees up to his side, cross sides. Taking this hand, staying under his head, grabbing his hand here, and now I'm going to posture up. And as I posture up, I'm pulling his hand under his head, pushing down on his solar plexus to take the air out of his lungs, and coming up here. You can hear Jeff grunting, groaning. It's not a comfortable position. My knee keeps us locked in. The knife is under his head. I can punch him in the face, I can hit him in the groin, continue punching him until this is no longer a threat. Once I feel he's loosened up, I can grab, strip the knife out, keeping that knee on belly, and disengaging. As I said, it looks like there's a lot of things going on here, but there isn't. It's this, followed by bear hug, arms free, here, to that kind of cross-side position with your chest on. It's a very famous Hicks and Gracie position, trapping that arm around the neck and immobilizing it. But, one more time. First and foremost, defend, control, and attack. That is Krav Maga. So I have to deal with this, and I have to deal with this. And I don't want to start grabbing the hand and it pulls up, and that knife is still a threat. All right? I'm not strong here. I'm weak. So I need to break his posture, grab him down, just like I said, like some sort of octopus, just keeping everything tight and wrapping up. So it's hand defense, grab, control, simultaneously. Now I'm here, now I'm tight. This is where I'm safe. This is the bear hug position. We stay tight. Now I'm going to suddenly, as soon as I do this, I'm pushing off on this leg and bridging over my left shoulder, keeping this tight. I'm twisting his head. If I didn't care about this guy, I'd twist a lot harder. But now I'm twisting, so he's a little bit ahead of me. My back legs are staying up. The knees are coming up to his side, keeping this pinned with my chest. Letting go with my hand here. I'm tight in here, pushing down on his chest so I can posture up, and pulling his hand down in here, punching him in the nose, hitting him in the groin, hitting him in the stomach, hammer fisting the ribs, boom, loosening him up till he lets go of the knife, and I can grab it. If he doesn't let go and he's taking all these shots, I can hit him with my knuckles on the back of his knuckles, and then I can strip the knife. Not stripping the knife up to my face, out. All right? So that's just one option. It's just something we're working on here. As I said, for me, that's relatively easy. It might look like there's like 30 different steps. But I just came up with a solution because they already exist in Krav Maga. It exists with the knife held to your throat. It exists as bear hug, arms free, grabbing the head and twisting. It's the bridging motion, the upa from jiu-jitsu, that we have against choke from a mounted position, or gun from a mounted position. And then just keeping that posture, that 3-point pressure, keeping your chest on the knife, switching and transitioning. Now that arm control is not super common in Krav Maga, but it's super common in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. As I said, Hicks and Gracie uses that all the time. But you end up there. It's not unnatural. As I switched, I ended up there. I had the control. It wasn't something unnatural I had to kind of get myself to. So if you like it, you like it. It's not, we're not going to print a whole book on it or videos, and we're not saying every Krav Maga school has to do that or every other Krav Maga school is doing it wrong if they don't do it like that. It's something that works for me. I offered it to my students with that caveat too. I said, this is something we're working on. If you like it, you like it. It doesn't really break the Krav Maga principles, and it kind of fits in with the curriculum, but let's work on it, let's practice it. So feel free to take it with you, work on it, see if it's something you like, and let us know how it works out for you and if you like it or not. My name is Kevin Mack, KravMagaNation.net or PhiladelphiaKravMaga.com. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us. Thanks.